Mhm. Mhm. Jeez. For those of you who are watching this after, I'm just setting up everything. It always takes me a while, which is why I kind of log on a little bit early. Um, so sorry if this is boring. Skip ahead a couple seconds. That should be it. So let's hope we get some people. Oh, it's hot. Hot. Hot tamale. That's a good tea. Child grow up. Earth and the sea, like a hurricane through me. Oh, ooh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh, ooh. No one's here. If no one's here, I'm just gonna cancel the live stream. In anger, sinner and toil. Um, Patreon peeps. Live stream is now. Know who we are. Where does time go? Hi! You're the first one here. Oh, okay. Bonjour. Oh, Raphael. I feel like I'm screaming. I'm listening to music. I got your package today. Thank you so much. You're adorable. I really love the flamingos. I kind of low key screamed, high key really screamed. I'm just tweeting out that I'm live streaming for the Patreon people. Hello, Michael K. Like a good friend's hand. All right, let's get more people in. Talk amongst yourselves. How's everyone's Friday? People excited for the weekend? What you doing for the weekend? Mm, such a good tea. Bum, 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 bum. You feel better, but you never do. Just another Jedi. So the 31st is a holiday. Oh, okay. Ooh. And the first is a holiday in Germany and Austria. Oh God. So you had 2 days off? Raphael, I'm a little sick too. And I think it's the change of weather. Well, I don't know what it's like in Cali, but in New York, it's definitely that, I think. Lots of leaf molds, leaves are falling. Um, just feel all like bunged up, as they call it. On the second, I went back to Germany, and it felt like Sunday because today was the first work day of the week. Ah, okay. As understand. I don't know. Luna's like looking out outside and it's creeping me out. So tell me everywhere. Cerebral palsy triumphs and struggles. Michael Freon. Oh, cool. You changed your name, Michael. Hi, Michael. Michael Freon. So we are approaching Saturday, and it feels like Tuesday. Gotcha. So I'm thinking this may be my last live stream on YouTube. I was reading up on better platforms because there are suggestions that I've received about the two previous ones that could improve, I guess, the live streams. Excuse me. Um, so I think that there are better platforms, obviously, than YouTube live stream because it's a bit slow and basic. Um, and I was looking at one. It's something about cloud something. But you can bring people on like the webcam with you, and you can talk that way. I think there would probably be less of a delay. Um, you can submit questions ahead of time. You can so people who don't make the live stream, their question can be answered and they can rewatch it later and see me answer the question. You can also vote on questions, like which ones you want to be answered. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's a much better platform and it gets more people engaged. So probably Monday I will like quote unquote launch that and then you guys can start submitting questions early. You have an entire month to submit questions. Um, and I guess go from there. Sounds fancy, says Raphael. Of course, girl. I'm really trying to make sure everyone feels like, they kind of quote unquote get their money's worth and that they feel a part of something kind of exclusive in a way and to show how much the generosity is appreciated in my life. So I'm trying to go the extra mile to make sure people know that. So that's just me. And I think it's pretty cool. Plus, it's nicer for me to engage with you guys in like real time and not to struggle with this delay. The delay is horrible. It's absolutely horrible. I don't know why YouTube is so horrible with it. Because when I look at the live stream specs, it says good quality. So whatever that is, I feel like even the camera quality isn't so good. I should probably just buy a new camera, like an external one, to see if it will record better quality. Luna, go lay down, honey. Please stop crying. You're giving me anxiety. Come here. You want to come over here? Come here. Hi. You want to go outside? Come here. Come here. What are you doing? Over. Good girl. Can you lay down for me? Lay down? No. Don't lay on me. Say hi, Looney. Hi, babies. Shh. There you go. Just stay there. She's so cute. All right, we have a comment on the whatchamacallit, Patreon page. Are there difficulties? What's going on, Ken? Ken responded. Hi, I'm on for a minute. Okay, cool. Doo-doo-doo. All right. Question: aren't we 1 hour early? I don't believe so. I thought it is 6 o'clock here, Eastern Standard Time. I'm watching my brand new TV. That's awesome, Michael. Now you're making me paranoid, Michael K, that I did the wrong time, but I don't think I am. I think it's one of those weird things now where some people are observing daylight saving times, other people aren't. Yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So can't get the same problem as last time. Wait, hold up. It's on YouTube. Haven't opened up the app. Okay. So one of the suggestions. We went back on DS Team last week. Okay, cool. On my way to Bloomington. Okay, Ken, have fun. Nice wireless earbuds. Thank you. It was a gift from a friend. And I love them. I've been using them everywhere. I didn't think I would enjoy them as much, to be honest, because I'm not necessarily one to kind of believe in the hype of technology. But oh my God, they're amazing. AirPods, that's what they call it, are quite expensive. What an outbreak of luxury. Yeah, I didn't buy them myself, of course. Um, So, one of the constructive criticism for these live streams is that they should have a little more structure. One person said that I looked a little bored, which I never want to look bored. I feel like it's rude if I come across that way, so I apologize if that's how I did come across. So something that's a little more structure. So I tweeted out today, and this week's video, spoiler alert, is going to be a Q&A dealing specifically about relationships. So what I wanted to do was I was actually going to record me doing a video of that. But to be honest, I'm a little tired. I've been moving furniture all day because I've been rearranging and I'm nuts. Trying to get the apartment to kind of feel more like me. Um, so instead, what I decided to do is I'm going to go through all the questions that are submitted of the Q&A slash relationships, and just answer them. And then you guys can ask your questions as well, or we can just talk about the answers or questions and kind of just use it as like a group chat. So that suggestion for the more structure was from Ken. So Ken's actually in the room for a little bit. So I hope you're happy with that, Ken. I tried and I did take your suggestion. And you guys are welcome to submit any suggestion to me. I'm open for criticism as long as it's constructive. Just don't call me a fathead and just walk away from me. I want to be better. I want to make sure that this is something that you guys look forward to because I look forward to it. So if there's a way that I can engage more camaraderie and community, then by all means, please share that information with me. Oh, we changed to EST on Sunday. Okay, there you go, Ken. Tell us about your trip. Okay, I'll answer Michael Friant's question first before I go to the questions that are submitted. Surprisingly, a lot of people submitted questions on Facebook, which I was taken back by because I never thought to ask on Facebook, but that was better than Twitter. So my trip was really good. I started out in Detroit, the Dirty D, as they call it, which I think is such a really telling nickname. So yeah, no, the trip was really good. I stayed out in a suburb outside of Detroit. I think it was called uh, Ferndale, something Ferndale, and it was kind of the same as where I live, like 30 minutes out, an hour out of New York City, kind of an hour out outside of Detroit. That was really good. I met Ariel's girlfriend Sam for the first time. She's lovely. She's gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous. She has 2 cats and 2 dogs, and I love them. Um, so one thing that I've been wanting to do is okay, so I'm crazy, as you all know. And what I like to do is I like to have things in my life that mean something to me. I'm not necessarily one to just have things for the sake of having them. I'm trying to become a minimalist in that way, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm moving things around. This wall is going to go, and I'm going to do something special with that. Um, so another spoiler alert: things are always ticking over in Vinny's head. Um, so I want to start making shirts for myself of like inside jokes with my friends. And Ariel and I have a lot of inside jokes. Um, and one of them is about Sam's dog. And that's kind of like where I'm going with this. So Sam has 2 dogs. One is Turbo, who is a Boston Terrier, and he is literally a terror. He rips open the couch all the time. He runs all like everywhere, but he has such a cute face that he can kind of get away with murder. So, needless to say, most of the attention is given to Turbo, good and or bad. And then she has another dog named Jumbo, right? And Jumbo is this Shih Tzu, and he is just absolutely adorable and always in the background. So I kind of like I just started laughing one day, and Ariel was like, "What's the problem?" And I told her that Jumbo seems like he would be a meme, and she was like, "Explain." So you know, like that meme where it's like, "Oh, you dressed up, looking all cute tonight," and you see your friends are already out on social media and they didn't invite you. And so I would say like that's the same thing with Jumbo, but instead they would say, "What about Jumbo?" So this is Jumbo's face. He's a little Shih Tzu, and he just is constantly sitting there like that with just stoic look on his face. So I want to get that photo of Jumbo on a shirt and just say like, "What about Jumbo?" And do like little inside jokes like that because I think it's just precious, and those are the types of things that I would really enjoy wearing every day because it means something more to me than just a basic t-shirt. So anyway, that's where I'm at with so and then Toronto. Toronto's really nice. It was kind of cold and it rained a little bit. Luna, please stop. You're driving me crazy. I took you on a walk today. Don't act like because you have an audience that you can mouth off. What? What? You little brat. She's sniffing at me. Um, so yeah, Toronto was just a lot of business. The video got approved from the Toronto Tourist Bureau, so that video is coming out the week after Sunday. And I really, really enjoyed it. I love traveling with Ariel. She's one of my best friends, and she really just gets along with me, and we have a blast. And she's a hard worker, guys. She has taught me a lot about how to be a professional, about how to time manage and how to really hustle. So she's an amazing person for that. So yeah, any questions, comments, concerns? I'm gonna let the dog out because she's whining and she's giving me anxiety. And I'll be back to read your questions. What? Sit, please. Go. Gotta feed her. That's the problem. I've got to get dog food. Okay. Bye, heading to a bye, Ken. Wait, but what about the boy you were staring at? What boy? Can you please elaborate about a boy that I've been staring at? Boom, 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 boom. I'm just gonna pull up the questions and start so we can start rattling them off. Anything better than this? Boom, 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 ba da ba. Da 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 da. Just one? No, questions plural or boy plural? Ba da ba da ba ba. Try to get up, ba da ba. Ba da da da. Staring at boys. Oh, I stare at a lot of boys. Da, da, da. All right, I'm gonna count down to 5, and if nothing else comes in, then I'm gonna read these questions. Because again, the lag is just so difficult to. I want to see like let's see how long the lag is. Okay, I'm gonna at 19 minutes flat. I'm gonna snap my fingers, and then I'm gonna see how long it takes, and then we can see where the delay is. So 19. Okay, I snapped, and we'll see. It's a 10-second delay. It is a 10-second delay. So just bear that in mind, everyone. I just got locked out for sending too many messages per time. Oh my god, okay. Okay, so first question. I have one that's been bugging me. How do you know when someone's flirting with you and not just being nice? There's this guy whom I have a lot of physical eye contact with, and he's really nice to me, yet he is supposedly straight. I don't want to catch feelings, but still want to be open to the opportunity of something between us. Well, that's how I would. All right, I'd answer this question saying that if he says he's straight, and there's not really much you can do about that. Um, because people can flirt. I flirt with like guys, girls, gay, straight. That's just me as a person. I'm very flirty, and I like to flirt. I think it makes people feel good, and I kind of enjoy the environment and the banter of it. So that doesn't really bother me. But I can understand how people can think that it's something more. but I would just straight up ask, maybe? How would you guys answer that question? What would you do if someone says they're straight, but they're really flirty with you and have a lot of physical eye contact? Physical eye contact? A lots of physical contact and eye contact. Oh, okay. Interesting. The one in the costume place. I don't know if I know what you're talking about. Mhm, mhm. I guess the boy wasn't important if I don't remember him at all. So straight is not always a problem depending on what you're looking for. I guess that's true. In the party video, you stared a long time in a certain direction. I think I was watching a performer. There was a performer down below me. Is it when I was like on a? I didn't hook up with anyone at the theater bazaar. I was very low key. Um, the only boys that I interacted with were the boys who snapped my suspenders, which hurt. I was kinda into it. One of them, oh my god, one of them was a gargoyle. I had no idea what he looked like, and he was with another guy, so I'm assuming they were together, or at least friends, of the gay persuasion, and he comes up to me, and he just looks at me up and down, and I'm like, "Ugh," and he takes my suspenders, he puts his hands, and he goes like this, up and down, and he holds it out, teasing me, and I'm like, "Ugh, this is gonna hurt," because they had little buckles on them, and he just kind of, like, let go a little bit and snapped them, and I was like, "Oof, my god," and then he kinda, like, gave me a high five or something like that, and he, like, lingered, grabbing my hand. I was like, "Ooh, that was extremely sexual," from a gargoyle nonetheless, but I felt like a 1950s housewife who who didn't get out much, and a guy made eyes with her, and she went all googly gaga. But anyway, that was really it. I'm very basic. I have my people in my life, and that's really it. Okay, next question. I'm just gonna keep on moving until I see you guys writing. Okay, another question. Would you ask a newish boyfriend to stop talking to a friend that he once had friends with benefits with? Ooh, that has happened before you guys started dating, and he assures you that they're only friends now. Um, you were staring across the balcony and the boy was walking horizontally from where you were standing. Oh, I have no idea. I must have missed that. And I don't think the boy was looking at me. I didn't go with anyone. I didn't, so I guess coincidence? Maybe you guys were looking too hard into it. So if I was dating a new boyfriend and he had a friend who was previously a friends with benefits, I would still let them hang out with each other because if a relationship's not like built upon trust, then it to me it's just not a relationship worth having. So I would trust the new boyfriend that they are only friends instead of friends with benefits because you know, a part of dating someone is accepting them for who they are and who they were um, and you know, we all have baggage, we all have things, but that was before us and before, you know, I started dating this individual. So I would have to accept the person completely and trust that they would be faithful. I gotta rewatch that video now because I'm curious about a boy walking across from me. All right, I'll give you guys 10 seconds to respond because the 10-second delay. At this rate, we're gonna run out of time. Bum, bum, bum. That you wanted was a good man. Alright. Okay, no questions? Reading on. I'm from Vietnam, and I really like Western guys. Tried some dating apps, but mostly guys don't reply at all. Do you think Western guys like Asian guys? Will they want to have a long distance relationship with one? I know from I guess, anecdotes and personal stories that there is a huge problem with racism within the LGBT community, and a lot of it stems toward people who are Asian and people of color. So, do all Western people dislike Asian men? No, absolutely not. I like Asian men. Um, but it depends on the individual. But I just kind of want to recap. the fact that there is racism in a community that's supposed to be love wins and love everyone as they are. Um, but I would have a long distance relationship, I think, depending on how long. And there would be plenty of people out there that would accept you for who you are. So I think that's that. When does the U.S. Return to normal time? Probably like June or something. Maybe it was just an editing effect. Oh, I guess maybe, especially in West Hollywood. No delay here. Oh, interesting. Um, Argument or hard conversation you're most afraid of having in a relationship, and slash, or what hard conversation are most necessary to have in a relationship? It's a hard. I think the hardest conversations for me is just like, hey, do you like me? Like, are you interested in anything more than what we have? But I think it's, that is important and answers the second question. It's just being honest about everything with someone. I'm all about honesty. If you can't be honest with me, then our whatever we have is going nowhere. I need someone who's going to be upfront, not afraid to hurt my feelings with the truth, and is kind of like, um, who puts themselves first. I think a lot of people think that if you put yourself first, you're selfish, and that's horrible. But I need someone who knows himself completely, that when they come to me, they realize that they'll be okay if we don't work out. Because I think once they realize that, and not necessarily focus on making me happy, they can understand what I give to them or what I can contribute to them in far as like a relationship goes. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. I need someone who knows himself, someone who doesn't really need me in their life, but they want me in their life. That's kind of the difference for me. Mana, mana, ma. These are really good questions, though. I'm very impressed, you guys. Ba, ba. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Bum, bum, ba-dum. See, like little things like this, I would normally edit out if I was actually recording a video. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next one. Tim, do you think that, if yes, how, a long distance relationship can work? Yeah, long distance relationships can work, obviously. I had one for 7 years. How does it work? Commitment, trust, a certain level of sacrifice, and planning. Definitely have to plan a lot in a long distance relationship. I think if you find the two right people, they can definitely make that work, but I think it's harder to do nowadays. Next question. What do you think about a long distance relationship? Wow, another one. Since I know you were in one. I already answered that. Wait to the video. um, this is an interesting question. I have to paraphrase because I read it before. From what I gathered, this particular person, um, I am a talkative person and sensitive when I get matched slash start speaking with guys from dating apps. After a while, I feel like I'm pressuring them. I don't know how to deal with this. Um, I need a little more explanation for that, I think. Is being a gay asylum seeker um, a thing to be said to the guys that I'm seeing, or shall I keep it a secret? Um, I think you can share that if you feel comfortable with sharing that. Um, I think it would be interesting from my perspective, and I would feel a whole lot of empathy to a person being able to open up and share that with me. I think that's amazing that you were able to put yourself in a better position to hopefully succeed. And I would feel horrible that you had to endure something like that. So yeah, talk about it, talk about it. You guys remember that vine? A bit risky because the person might be deported as asylum seeker. Well, aren't they granted status of an asylum slash refugee? I don't know why they would be deported. Right? Bum bum. Not sure about the language here. Seeker. yet not approved. Well, it said asylum seeker slash refugee, so I don't know. Maybe the specifics of it are down to the individual who wasn't clear. Next question. What do you think about having another relationship? I think it's fine. I would have another relationship if I felt like I was ready to have one and if the right person came along. Yeah. Hello, dearie. Hello. Do you have any advice on how one might deal with rejection, especially from a long-term crush? I've experienced a little rejection. I'm not gonna lie. It hurts a little bit, especially for someone that if you've had like low-key feelings for. But the thing is, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. You can't force a puzzle piece that isn't meant to, correspond with the other part. So I think I would feel sad at first, but understand that an individual, I don't know, I would think it's almost like a blessing in disguise that they actually told you the truth and that you didn't kind of get trapped in something and they felt pity on you and just kind of went along with it because they were afraid of hurting your feelings because it kind of could turn out really poorly in the end. And they respected you enough to actually tell you the truth. And then there'll be someone else. There's always going to be more people that are going to be interested. Yeah, it sucks because they're a long term crush, but if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's not in the cards. Kind of just have to accept it. So that's what I would do. Um, what is your biggest deal breaker when it comes to a relationship? I don't like liars, um, and I don't like someone who's unreliable. Those are my big deal breakers. If someone is flaky and they said they're going to do something and they don't do it, talk is cheap. I need someone who's going to act on whatever they say. So I think they're kind of joint together. What do y'all? What's your deal breaker in a relationship? I put it on you. Spotify ads are playing in my head right now. They're distracting. I just want to go back to the music. Speaking of music, I downloaded Niall Horan's new album today, and I listened to it a little bit. It's pretty good. Pretty good so far. Highly recommend it. New questions? Okay. Uh, hold on. The dog is knocking at the door. She's probably like, Dad. Come on, Stinky. What? Let me get you some food so you can stop. You want some food? You want some food, baby? All right, here we go. Good girl. Oh, it's always Luna time. Okay. I hope the live stream's okay, because y'all ain't talking, and that makes me concerned. Okay. So, next question. Did you and Luke really get a divorce? Sorry if it's personal, but I was just wondering. We are in the process of a divorce. Yes, I'm not lying about that. Why would I lie about that? That's a silly question. Oh my goodness. What is a good time after a breakup to start finding someone new? Um, I think I've heard once that it takes like half the amount of time that you've been together in order to get over someone. So that I'm looking for 5 years, which is really abysmal if that's true. But I think it depends on what type of relationship it was, how you feel as a person. I kind of feel like I'm not necessarily ready for a relationship, like I said, but I think I feel more ready now than where I was and I was married, if that makes sense. I've done a lot of growing, so it depends on the individual at that rate. Um, can someone just type in the chat to make sure that it's working? Because I'm a bit worried about that. Do you think you will get married again? That I don't know. Oh, okay, probably just let me. Thank you, Michael. Okay. Can you still oh, sorry. What do you think about getting married again? I don't know. That's really hard. That's a really hard question for me. Um, Marriage has definitely changed in my head, I guess, and it offers a lot of beautiful things, but I guess the downside is when it ends, it's different than just splitting from someone. You have a lot more responsibilities and legal matters to attend to. Um, do I think I'll get married again? Probably. I'll say probably. Right now I'm a bit jaded and bitter, but once I'm fully healed from this experience, I think I would. Um, can you still be a friend with your ex, especially your first love? Yeah, sure. I think so. Um, I don't. It depends on the person. It depends on the individual. It depends how bad the breakup was. But I think you shared a moment in time with someone. When will the paperwork be done with? I don't know. Whenever I get around to it, to be honest. Sooner than later, I hope. But I'm just busy with catch up stuff. The paperwork is pretty much done. I just need to go to the courthouse and get an index number. I got to pay for it. I have to send off paperwork to Luke. It's just more the physicality of it isn't the issue. It's the emotional thing that's a bit draining. Um, but back to the question: can you still be a friend with your ex, especially your first love? Yeah, absolutely. I think so. Um, how to deal with jealousy in your relationships? Ooh, good question. Um, Am I hesitating? No, I'm not. I don't think that Luke and I will ever be back together, if I'm honest. So it's um, just doing it on my own time and my own terms and not feeling pressured to do it. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not married. It doesn't matter what the legal status of it is. I haven't lived with Luke since February. I haven't seen him since June. So there's nothing um, in my life that resembles a marriage whatsoever. Um, Jealousy, I think, is a little flattering. I think when someone's jealous, it kind of shows how much they value you and they're afraid of losing you. But I think as a whole, jealousy is a bit toxic and stems from a lot of insecurities that an individual has, that they are not worthy of being loved or someone better is going to come along and they don't accept that someone loves them or wants to be with them. So how would I deal with jealousy? I would address it. I wouldn't let it fester. I would just tell someone, especially if it inhibits you or your life, I would just say, "Hey, real talk. Um, this isn't gonna fly. And if you're gonna be with me, if depending on what it was to make you jealous, I'm not gonna change, and I'm gonna be that type of person. So deal with it or leave. Bye, bitch. What happened? What keeps a relationship alive and steadfast in your opinion? I don't know because my relationship ended. No. I think just growing with each other and allowing someone in a relationship to be an individual, for them to have their own friends, have their own life. Go away from your partner. Don't be so attached to the hip. And so when they come back, they have something new and exciting to talk about. I think a lot of people are more concerned about being like a husband or a wife to their spouse or their boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever, that they forget their own identity and they become enabled in this world, in this bubble of them. And that will get old quicker, I think, than if someone who has their own little thing to them and a passion that they can share with someone or passions that they can have together. Definitely date nights once a week. Date nights are adorable. I think it's cute. Just because you're married or in a relationship doesn't necessarily mean that the wooing stops. You should woo your partner forever and ever. So yeah, do you know French country? I have no idea what that means, so the answer is no. Victor asked, date me. No, Victor, sorry, I will not date you. All right, let's go to Twitter. That was Facebook. Facebook had a lot of comments, which is awesome. Everything is awesome. All right. Go back, go back, go back. All right, Twitter. This is a weird question, and Michael Freon, I saw that you answered it. I don't know the basis of this person who asked it. Let me see. It doesn't seem. So they asked, should those with a physical or mental disability be entitled to date? Obviously, excuse me. I don't know why the person asked this question. I hope it was more out of curiosity and legitimacy than trying to make fun of someone. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this question in the video, and I'm going to let you, Michael, and another person, Gareth, um, answer for me because I think your answers were really spot on, and it's important to come from those who have the voice of being physical and or mentally disabled. So Gareth said, as someone with a physical disability, myself, yes, of course, we should be entitled to date. And Michael, you said perfectly, as someone who has CP, I'm totally entitled to date. We may be different, but we're intelligent, romantic, and able to have a relationship. I always say, get to know me, the person with the disability. The disability will be overshadowed by their personalities and won't be forefront. So I agree. Um, very well said. Unofficial rules of dating in the 21st century. Oh God, this still baffles me. I don't really know. I would say unofficial rules. Don't be too lovey-dovey on social media. It's kind of cute, but don't do it all the time because that's a bit much. Don't stalk the other person because I think that's creepy. You can be like low-key interested, but if you show any overtness of it, I think it's a little too strong too quickly. Um, I guess send like keep up with each other. You gotta like send messages and text, but don't do too much. I don't know. It's all this stupid rhythm of how much is too much and how much is too little. So unofficial rules of dating in the 21st century is that it sucks. I think that's the unofficial rule right there. Is vulnerability actually worth it? Yes, I think that in order. Oh, Looney, are you finally laying down, my baby? You finally laying down? Oh, you're such a sweetie. Jasper, you want to come part of the Q&A, please? Come here. Come sit in my lap. No? Jasper, it's a family affair. All right, let's push this back. Back to the question. Is vulnerability actually worth it? If you want to have a relationship, depending on how long or how deep you want a relationship to be, um, absolutely vulnerability is required. And look, I think the beauty of love is that it isn't certain. I think that the fragile nature of love is what makes it so special because in an instant you fall, and then in another instant you can fall out. Um, but that doesn't necessarily mean that because it ends that it hasn't been worthwhile. Jasper, you were literally sitting right in front of me. Come here, baby. Come to the side. You're so cute. So yeah, I think vulnerability is worth it, but only when you're ready. Don't force yourself. Who is your celebrity crush? Ooh. I would have said Channing Tatum, but I think that's a bit much now. I don't think he's aging too well. Who is my celebrity crush? Ryan Reynolds. I think he's aging like a fine wine, and I would sip that cup real quick. Um, Next question. What to do if you like someone but both know you are incompatible? I guess the heart likes what the heart likes, but I would suggest that you try to find someone else. If you know you're incompatible, then you're kind of up a creek without a paddle. You're just going towards a dead end that's inevitably not going to work. Excuse me. So instead of investing your time and energy there, just be friends and move on, or friends with benefits, whatever you want. How do you make someone understand that you know he's not doing well when he refuses to talk about it? So if you have an inkling that someone isn't doing well and they're not ready or to discuss that, um, I guess just be there for them until they are ready. You can't really force someone to get help unless they want to, because that's kind of the nature of how help is, unless you like force them. But I wouldn't suggest that. So just be patient, and if it's too much for you, I mean, you really have no. If it's harming you, you have no obligation to stick around. How do you know if you love someone? Ugh, that's a tough question. Um, I think you know that you love someone when the thought of being without them destroys you. I think that's when you really know you love someone. How to handle an ex who keeps trying to come back into your life. Ugh. Um, when you can put up with them. Good one, Raphael. Um, an ex who keeps coming back in your life, and I'm assuming you don't want them in your life. Um, I guess just block them. Block them on social media. Move on. Tell your friends you don't want to know what they're up to. Tell your family that it's done, it's over, it's dusted. And tell the ex, say, look, what we had is over. I do not want you in your life. Empower yourself. Tell them that there's nothing that they can do for them to have the ability to be a part of your now, your present. It's over. It's done with. Shut that revolving door. I hate revolving doors. I don't like when people feel entitled that they can just waltz into your life and then walk out. I think that's extremely unfair. Last question, I believe. If you could date anyone in the world, who would it be? Um, who would I would date Jake Jackson 90. Jake of Jake's sake, because he's one of my best friends and I think he's adorable. So there, I said it. Hashtag Ginny. That's our ship name. Get it trending on the Twitters. But I think Jake and I would be actually a pretty good couple. But he's not into me, guys. Sorry about it. So that's it. That's it for this week's video. Until next time, guys, stop passively existing and start passionately living. Because life is beautiful, and whether you're in a relationship or not, you are worthy of love. So love yourself and take care of yourself. Okay? Love you. Bye. Thanks for being my friend. Bye. And that's how the video ends. Thank you. Thank you. So that's pretty much what Sunday video is going to be like. It won't be that long. You guys got the extended version. I'll pick the good questions that I think are worthy of kind of making it. Um, so yeah, did you guys like that? Was that cool? Did you like the structure of that? Let me know. You don't have to answer now. You can think about it. Or you can comment on the Patreon post. Um, so yeah, that's really it. What else you guys want to talk about? We got about 13 more minutes until we hit our hour mark, and then I should be going because I need to move more furniture around, and I actually have a Skype call later with a Patreon person because it's kind of rolling over into the next month because of my travels. So speaking of Patreon Skype calls and dates, I'm going to try to schedule it for the middle of the month. Someone brought up the point that it's probably better suited for that in the terms of if I do it towards the end of the month and then the first weekends, the first Friday of every month, I do a live stream. There's not much gap time. So they suggested that it should be in the middle of the month, which I thought would be really good. What are your next travel destinations? Where are you traveling to? So I am going to Fort Lauderdale, Florida on the 14th. So a week from Tuesday. A week from Tuesday? No, that's a lie. No, I think it's true. A week from Tuesday. So I'll be in Fort Lauderdale, and I also might be going to LA afterwards. I have to double check. It's like a kind of a random thing that may be an opportunity for me, and if so, I'm definitely going to seize it, but I need to check my monies because I'm going to have to pay for the flight myself. So that would be really cool. And then the month after that, it's kind of like low key secret. So, um, what am I listening to? It's just weird. I cut my finger today and it really hurts. Matchbox 20. Ew. So I had like this little, they call it like a tart burner, where you have like a little candle tart and it melts the wax and then emits some sort of smell. That was on one of the furniture that I was moving and it fell off and shattered everywhere. And I tried to pick up one of the ceramics and I cut my fingertip open. It just keeps bleeding because fingertips bleed a lot. Um, so that's that. Oh, that secret or one another. Yeah, Michael, you know the secret. Oot LA, where the streets are congested and people are rude. Great, I can't wait to visit. We'll see, actually. It'd be interesting. Um, I know a lot of people, and I would like to go for a lot of collabs. But one of the opportunities that I might actually go there is there's a screening for I think probably like an indie movie or something, and I may host it. So if that happens, that would be pretty cool. But they may just relocate me to one in New York City because they might do that as well. So opportunities left and right. It'd be really, really awesome if that was the case. If money wouldn't count, where in the world would you want to live? Ooh. I hear Amsterdam's beautiful. I haven't been there. Hawaii, maybe. But I don't want to live in the United States because I think their healthcare system's horrible. Vancouver, maybe? I haven't been there either, but I hear it's a little warmer. New Zealand, perhaps? Just all over. If money wasn't a problem, I would just move every like 6 months or something like that. Just wanted to thank you for the shout out on the 555. Oh, you're welcome, Michael. You're so cute. Did you say Amsterdam? Yeah, Amsterdam. I hear it's really progressive. It's really nice. The city's beautiful. Um, and the mountains are gorgeous and all sorts of good things in the Netherlands. Netherlands, right? I don't want to seem stupid. I said the wrong thing. Hi. What's up? You're so pretty. People like you better than me, Luna, and I'm okay with it. The Netherlands have no mountains? Someone said that it does. Maybe nearby? I don't know. Absolutely was the most progressive city in Europe for decades. However, Vienna is number one in living conditions. Interesting. My babies. Such a face. We call this a faccia brute. A faccia brute. A face only a mother can love. Huh? Did you have fun today? We took Luna for a drive and then we walked around. Yeah? Hmm? Highest points in Netherlands are windmills, huh? Maybe someone else was. I forget when they were talking about. Oh, you guys making out? Aw, sibling love. Aw, they're flirting. Stop flirting, guys. Get a room. Cat butt. Can you sit for me, please? Don't fall off the couch. Boom, 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 boom. Good girl, lay down. Yeah, that's my baby. Oh, you're so sweet. I love these animals. I love Luna's cute bulldog face. So cute. Yeah, she's the bestest. They love cuddling with me. It's so adorable. Oh. So what should the topic be for next live stream? Should we have another topic? Was this a good style? I felt like this was a bit more constructive and I did enjoy it. I don't know if you enjoyed it as a viewer, but let me know. Always down for suggestions. My precious. Remarkable travels. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Have you seen a movie lately? Yeah, I saw Blade Runner and it was horrible. Ugh, I hated it. It was so dry, and it was like a 3 hour movie. Um, I didn't see any of the first ones, and I don't know if that necessarily mattered. It was just so slow, and the ending of it, I just was just like, oh, okay, great. It was just bad. I didn't think that I liked it at all. The person I went with though loved it, but that's more his style. So he's artsy fartsy, and I'm just going, ugh, where's the blood and guts? Um, what we're thankful for this past year. Okay, Zippy, that's a good one. I like that. Speaking of which, Zippy, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mention in the video for Sunday that you're going to opt out of your Skype call, and I'm going to open it up for people to enter in some way, um, so that they can have it for Thanksgiving. So just want to let you know. And also, I got your package today. Um, I got my happy pillow, and it made me really happy. It's on my couch. I love it. Thank you. I meant to text you, but today I've been all over the place. So yeah, thanks. Today was a PO box day. It was really fun. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of the V2 wall. I'm gonna simplify it. I'm gonna get rid of a load of the items on it. But what I'm going to do is I want to take, I guess, in my opinion, the items that are nicer, um, and I want to auction them off in a way, and the money I want to use to go towards like a charity for the holidays, maybe like an LGBT charity. Um, so I think I might announce that as well on the video. And then like I'll sign the back of a piece if someone wants it, or just kind of write them a letter, thank you, a letter of authenticity that it was part of the V2 set at one point. Because I'm just moving on, different pastures, different time frames. I kind of want to update the wall and kind of move on. And I think it would be nice to have something uh, to pay it forward with, because I like to do something charitable each year for the holidays, or I try to at least. So you guys get the inside scoop. I haven't told anyone that. So what do you think? Good idea? Bad idea? I think people actually want to do it. Um, Michael, I think it should be more interactive. Maybe have a topic, especially for the Patreons. Okay. I think what I'll do is, like I mentioned, I'll give the topic ahead of time, so I give people the opportunity to either write ideas or submit them. Um, I think that'd be cool. Great idea. But make a new wall. Yeah, I'm gonna make a new wall. I kind of have ideas anyway. I have a very large Native American painting that I want to put on this wall, and I want to hang my guitar and my two ukuleles, and that's it. I think that's good enough. Um, Unmute seemed to be a cool idea. Yeah, I just don't know how it would work with the delay. Um, because if people have the app open as well as the live stream, then audio wise it may conflict. Um, However, if I were to do a new platform where you had a feature where you can kind of call in like that built in, I think I'll do it that way. Which again, I mentioned previously that I might use it on that platform instead. I'm all stuffy. I haven't eaten dinner yet. I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner. Maybe eggs? I like breakfast for dinner. You're so sweet, Winnie. You mad at me for touching you? But Dad, I want to lay on you, but don't touch me. Danny's using Twitch. I kind of like that. I thought about Twitch. My only problem is that does Twitch have the ability to make it private? Because I want it to be specifically for Patreon people, because that's one of the perks of being a supporter. And I don't think it would be fair to open it up to everyone, kind of drown out your voices and drown out the intimacy that I'm trying to create within the group. So if that's available, I'll look into it. It also records the chat, so that's nice to watch it later. Okay, cool. Very good. Good suggestion. Thank you. I post the videos on the Patreon page. This is being recorded, so you'll be able to watch it again. So just go back to old Patreon posts, and there should be links of videos uploaded. So they're all recorded. Trust me. This will be recorded too. So especially for those who weren't able to make it, they can rewatch it and still kind of be a part of it. But also, with the new platform, I'm hoping I'll be able to submit questions that they can watch later on be answered. Oh darn, now I have to watch what I write. Absolutely, Michael, because it's all on record. Are you going to any of the holiday festivities in New York? I don't know. This year, like, I'm gonna see how I feel. At the moment, I'm kind of nervous about holidays because it's the first holiday season that I'm single in the past 10 years. So it depends. If my friends invite me or my family, maybe I'll go. I'm just really afraid it's going to be extra lonely, if I'm honest. So I may just skip it. Um, Vlogmas, I mean, probably gonna have to do Vlogmas. I'm doing the 555, Am I gonna decorate the apartment? Oh, like, I don't know. So we'll see. I don't wanna force myself to do anything, and I especially don't wanna force myself on camera to do something that, um, seems disingenuine. But I think YouTube doesn't record the chat, so sometimes it's hard to follow. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It doesn't record the chat. Um, but if I read out your words, then it's a bit awkward. Just surrounding with lots of friends. Don't be alone. Well, yeah. I think my mom talked about a cruise. Well, that would be cool. But maybe I'll just go somewhere. Maybe I'll be by myself. Maybe I need that. Maybe I'll just go on a road trip or book a holiday. Just book a random flight to, I don't know, the Pacific Ocean and just sit on the coast of California and just be alive, enjoy myself. I'm kind of really getting into my own time, my own space, being by myself. I used to be afraid of being by myself, um, but now it's a really nice thing. It's nice to not be afraid of being alone. So, any more questions? Any more questions before I go and I give this puppy some extra loving? My baby. Who's my baby? Bum, 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 bum. I gotta check what time my Skype call is. I think it's 8:30. 8:30. Bum, bum. Seeing the Disney fireworks on Christmas. Well, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, 8:30. Okay, maybe we should go together, Raphael. I'll wear my flamingo stuff. I kind of understand what you mean, especially with my situation. Yeah, I understand, Michael. I understand. Yeah. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go. Is that okay? Can I go, please? Um, Thanks again for tuning in. This is probably one of the larger crowds consistently, and I see familiar faces. So thank you for dedicating your time and spending your Friday evenings or afternoons or Saturdays, whatever you guys are. I really appreciate your time, and as always, I appreciate your support through Patreon. It allows me to um, just have the most amazing life, create content, and really focus on trying to make the world a better place, one thing at a time. Um, so, thank you for all that you do for me. I really appreciate it. So yeah, until I guess next month, I will work on ways to make this better and more enjoyable for you guys, and hopefully you can tune into that one as well. I will put out a poll. Monday is going to be like a Patreon day, so I'm going to put out some things. And for those of you who have the postcard perks, I'm sending out the postcards soon, probably tomorrow. Um, and yeah, you should get them shortly. So, so yeah, okay, I'm gonna go. Um, I love you guys, and thanks for being my friends and all that stuff and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna stop the stream. Okay, Jasper, Jasper's playing with the keyboard. You're so silly. Okay, guys, love you. Bye.